Captain Maya Torres stood at the helm of the starship Odyssey *, her eyes fixed on the swirling depths of the dark void before them. A seasoned leader of the Earth Coalition's exploration fleet, she felt a familiar thrill at the prospect of uncharted territories. Beside her, Lieutenant Ryan Patel, her second-in-command, monitored the ship's instruments with an intensity that matched her own. The mission was simple: explore the outer reaches of the Calther system, gather data on potential resource-rich planets, and return home. But the universe had other plans. As they maneuvered deeper into the system, an alert rang through the ship, snapping Maya's attention away from the view screen. "Captain, we're picking up a distress signal," Ryan said, his fingers flying over the controls. The message was garbled and weak, but unmistakably desperate. On screen, Maya commanded. The main display flickered to life, revealing a static-ridden image of an ancient spacecraft drifting in the void. It was unlike anything they had seen, massive and ornate, its hull encrusted with alien symbols. "Is it operational?" Maya asked, her curiosity piqued. "Not sure, but the signal is coming from within," Ryan replied. "We should investigate." Maya hesitated for a moment, weighing the risks, but the allure of discovery was too strong. "Prepare a boarding party, we're going in." The Odyssey docked with the ancient vessel, its airlock hissing open to reveal a dimly lit corridor lined with strange hieroglyphics. Maya led her team inside, their footsteps echoing through the eerie silence. The air was thick with the scent of decay and something else, something that hinted at long-forgotten secrets. They ventured deeper, guided by the faint glow of luminescent panels. Suddenly, they entered a vast chamber filled with advanced technology, gleaming consoles and intricate machinery, all powered by an energy source they couldn't identify. In the center of the room stood a massive holographic projection of a galaxy, stars twinkling like diamonds in a dark sky. "Unbelievable," Maya breathed, her heart racing as she approached the hologram. "This technology is beyond anything we've created." Ryan began to scan the devices, his brow furrowing. "Captain, these readings are off the charts. It's as if this ship has been waiting for someone to find it." As they explored, Maya stumbled upon a series of data crystals embedded in the walls. With a swift motion, she activated one. Holographic images burst to life, depicting the rise and fall of an ancient civilization known as the Ancients. But as the story unfolded, so did a disturbing revelation. Humanity had once been part of a powerful intergalactic alliance, only to be betrayed and cast aside by the very species that had once welcomed them. "Look at this," Ryan called out, pointing to a segment that revealed a vast conspiracy. "They erase us from their history. We've been forgotten." Suddenly, the ship trembled violently and alarms blared. "Intruder alert!" The ship's automated system screeched. A looming shadow appeared at the entrance of the chamber, and Maya's heart sank as an alien ship emerged from the depths of space, its weapons primed and ready. "Captain, we need to get out of here," Ryan shouted, adrenaline coursing through his veins. Maya's mind raced. They had stumbled upon a truth that could change everything, but now they were in grave danger. To the ship, now. As they raced back to the Odyssey *, the reality of their discovery weighed heavily on Maya's mind. They were no longer just explorers, they were the bearers of a truth that could unite or divide the galaxy, depending on who got to it first. And now, it seemed, the galaxy was not done with them yet. Maya's heart pounded as she sprinted down the corridor of the ancient ship, her crew hot on her heels. The wail of alarms echoed through the chamber, a stark reminder that they were not alone. The alien ship had been tracking their movements, and now it was time to face the consequences of their discovery. As they reached the Odyssey *, Maya quickly accessed the controls, her fingers moving deftly over the console. "Ryan, get the engines primed for immediate takeoff," she shouted, her voice steady despite the chaos surrounding them. "On it, Captain," Ryan replied, his brow furrowed in concentration as he activated the power systems. The ship's engines whirred to life, filling the air with a low hum. But just as they were about to disengage from the ancient vessel, a series of heavy thuds reverberated through the metal hull. "They're boarding," yelled Ensign Tara Kim, her voice laced with fear. "Seal the bulkheads," Maya commanded, urgency flaring in her chest. She initiated the lockdown sequence, ensuring that the intruders would have to breach multiple barriers to reach them. With the bulkheads sealed, the crew quickly made their way to the cockpit. As Maya settled into the captain's chair, she glanced at the view screen where the alien ship, a sleek, menacing craft adorned with ominous insignias, hovered dangerously close. its weapon systems locked onto them, the targeting reticle blinking ominously. "Ready for launch," Ryan shouted, his fingers dancing over the controls. "But they'll hit us hard if we stay here too long." Maya felt the adrenaline surge as she engaged the thrusters, pushing the Odyssey away from the ancient ship. The craft lurched forward, and they broke free just as the alien ship unleashed a barrage of energy blasts. The projectiles exploded in a brilliant display of light, sending shockwaves through the vacuum of space. "Evasive maneuvers," Maya ordered, guiding the ship through a series of sharp turns. The Odyssey danced among the stars, narrowly dodging the incoming fire. Her crew worked in harmony, the atmosphere electric with tension. "Captain, we're outnumbered," Ryan called, eyes darting between screens displaying the approaching enemy ships. "We need to find a way to escape." "Hold on," Maya gritted her teeth and engaged the ship's cloaking device. The Odyssey flickered and shimmered, blending into the darkness of space. For a brief moment, it seemed they had eluded their pursuers. Maya breathed a sigh of relief, but it was short-lived. A warning klaxon blared, and the ship's sensors flared to life. "They're scanning for us?" Ryan shouted, panic creeping into his voice. Maya's mind raced. They had to create a diversion. "Tara, can you overload the main reactor's power core?" Tara's eyes widened. "That's risky, Captain, if it doesn't work." "It's our only chance," Maya interrupted. "We need to make them think we're still here." Tara nodded, determination sparking in her eyes. "I'll set it up." As Tara worked furiously to initiate the reactor overload, Maya focused on the view screen where the alien ships began to regroup, their sensors sweeping the area methodically. "Prepare to fire the decoys," she instructed Ryan. "Ready when you are," he replied, his fingers hovering over the controls. "Now," Maya shouted. With a flick of a switch, a series of small drones launched from the Odyssey cloaked in the ship's signature. The drones emitted a pulse of energy that mimicked the ship's power signature. As the aliens closed in, they detected the decoys and shifted their focus. "Now's our chance. Full throttle," Maya commanded. With the alien ships distracted, the Odyssey surged forward, leaving the chaos behind. Maya couldn't help but feel a rush of triumph. They had escaped, but the gravity of what they had uncovered weighed heavily on her heart. "Captain," Ryan said, his voice steadier now, "what do we do next?" Maya gazed out into the vastness of space, the stars twinkling with untold stories. "We decode what we found, and we prepare for the fight ahead. They won't let this go, and we need to be ready." As they plotted a course back to Earth, Maya knew one thing for certain. They had stumbled upon a truth that could change the galaxy forever, and they would do everything in their power to ensure that truth came to light. The Odyssey hurtled through the darkness of space, the engines humming steadily as they left the Calther system behind. However, the rush of their narrow escape began to fade, replaced by an oppressive silence that hung over the crew. Each member grappled with the weight of what they had uncovered, the betrayal of humanity by the very civilizations they thought to be allies. Maya stood in the cockpit, staring at the starfield ahead. "We need to regroup and strategize," she said, breaking the silence. "What we found in that ship is just the tip of the iceberg. We need to figure out how deep this conspiracy runs." Ryan turned to face her, determination etched into his features. "Let's start by analyzing the data crystals. They might contain more information about the ancients and the reasons behind the betrayal." "Good idea, let's get to it," Maya replied, nodding as she motioned for the crew to assemble in the main lab. Once there, the atmosphere shifted as they gathered around a central console. Tara and Ryan plugged the data crystals into the ship's mainframe, and the screens flickered to life. Images and symbols flashed across the display, ancient scripts intertwined with vivid illustrations of the ancients' grand civilization. "Look at this!" Tara exclaimed, her eyes wide with excitement. "These images depict a vast alliance of species, an entire culture thriving together. And here," she pointed to a sequence that showed a cataclysmic event, a dark force enveloping the galaxy. Could this be the reason humanity was cast aside? Maya pondered, her brow furrowing. Were we seen as a threat after all? Ryan scanned through the data, his expression darkening. "There's a mention of a great purge. It looks like our ancestors were eliminated to ensure the survival of the Alliance. They didn't just erase us from history, they tried to wipe us from existence." Before Maya could respond, the ship jolted violently. Alarms blared once more, piercing the tense atmosphere. "We're being pulled out of hyperspace," Ryan shouted, slamming his hands against the controls. Maya gripped the edge of the console, her heart racing. What's happening? Unknown gravitational forces, possibly a black hole or an anomaly, Ryan replied, eyes wide with disbelief. The Odyssey spun wildly as it exited hyperspace, tumbling into a swirling maelstrom of cosmic debris. The view out the cockpit was nothing short of breathtaking, a kaleidoscope of colors and shapes, but it was also terrifying. Brace for impact, Maya yelled, her voice cutting through the chaos. With a deafening crash, the ship careened into a field of asteroids, scraping against the rocky surfaces. We're losing power, Tara cried, her fingers flying over the controls. Maya's mind raced. We need to stabilize the ship and find a way out of here. As she took control of the ship, guiding it through the asteroid field with precision, she felt a surge of adrenaline. Every instinct screamed for survival as the Odyssey danced perilously close to destruction. Look. Ryan pointed towards a faint light breaking through the chaotic field. There's an exit up ahead, if we can just make it. Hold tight, Maya gritted her teeth, focusing on the path ahead. With deft maneuvers, she navigated through the deadly obstacles, narrowly dodging the jagged rocks. The ship shuddered violently as they brushed against one of the larger asteroids, but Maya pushed through, adrenaline fueling her determination. Finally, they burst through the field, emerging into the vast emptiness of space once more. Gasping for breath, the crew released the tension they had held tightly as the danger subsided. Captain, we made it, Ryan exclaimed, relief flooding his voice. Maya took a moment to gather herself, then turned to her crew. We're not out of danger yet. Whatever pulled us in was no accident. We need to find a safe haven and decode that data. If we're going to fight back, we need to know everything. As the Odyssey drifted into the void, a flicker of hope ignited in Maya's chest. They had survived the abyss, but they were still standing on the precipice of something much greater, a galactic conflict that could redefine humanity's place among the stars, and they would be ready. Drifting through the serene void of space, the Odyssey now lay cloaked in the shadows of a nearby asteroid belt. The crew had successfully navigated their harrowing escape, but the tension remained palpable. In the dimly lit cockpit, Maya reviewed their options, her mind racing with strategies and outcomes. They needed allies if they were going to confront the forces that had betrayed humanity. Captain, Ryan said, breaking her concentration, we can't just sit here. If those aliens regroup, we'll be sitting ducks. We need to find a way to contact someone who can help us. Maya nodded, understanding the urgency. Let's send a distress signal, but we need to make sure it's encrypted. We don't want our enemies tracking us. Tara stepped forward, her fingers dancing over the console. I can set up an encrypted relay through the nearby planet, Kether 7. It's largely uninhabited, so we might have a chance to avoid detection while we transmit the signal. Do it, Maya ordered. We'll use that time to assess our supplies and strategize. As Tara worked on the signal, Maya and Ryan went over their options, poring over the data collected from the ancients. The knowledge they had unearthed was invaluable, but without allies, it felt like trying to fight a war with a single bullet. Minutes later, Tara looked up, her face pale. The relay is ready, Captain, but there's a signal coming back. It's faint, but it's... Before she could finish, the view screen crackled to life, revealing a distorted image of an alien figure. A small, wiry being with intricate tattoos and luminous eyes appeared, the background revealing a starship in disrepair. This is Commander Naxel of the Free Cathari Coalition, the alien said, his voice rough but urgent. Your message reached us, and I'm here to assist, but you must listen closely. We are being hunted, just like you. Maya leaned in, intrigue peaked. You're aware of the alliance that betrayed humanity? More than you know, Naxel replied, his expression grave. They are consolidating power, planning to eliminate any resistance. We need to unite if we stand a chance. Ryan exchanged glances with Maya, their minds racing with the possibilities. What do you propose? Maya asked, her voice steady. Naxel nodded. Meet me on Kether 7. There's a hidden base there where we can regroup and strategize. But time is of the essence. We have little room for error. Understood, Maya replied, determination surging within her. We'll head there immediately. As the Odyssey made its course toward Kether 7, the atmosphere shifted from tense anxiety to a shared sense of purpose. Maya gathered her crew in the main bay, ready to discuss their next steps. We have an opportunity here, she began, pacing before them. This coalition has been weakened by internal strife. Naxal's people have been fighting against the same regime that turned its back on us. If we work together, we can expose the truth and rally others to our cause." The crew nodded, a sense of camaraderie strengthening among them. As they approached Kether 7, Maya felt a mixture of hope and trepidation. The planet appeared desolate from orbit, its surface marred by deep craters and winding canyons, yet, somewhere beneath the surface, she hoped, lay the foundation of an alliance that could turn the tide. Once they landed, Naxal awaited them at the entrance of a concealed cave, flanked by a small group of his people. Maya stepped forward, extending her hand in greeting. "Thank you for coming, we need all the help we can get." Naxal's gaze shifted to the Odyssey behind her. "You've brought the vessel of a people thought lost. Together, we can harness that legacy." As they delved into the depths of the cave, Maya felt a flicker of optimism. They were not alone anymore. With the power of their combined forces, they could illuminate the dark truths that lay hidden and ignite a revolution that would resonate across the galaxy. Their journey into the abyss had unveiled an unexpected alliance, and now, with unity as their weapon, they were poised to reclaim their rightful place among the stars. In the dimly lit cavern of Kether 7, a sense of urgency filled the air as Commander Naxal and the crew of the Odyssey gathered around a holographic map of the galaxy. Color-coded markers indicated the locations of the alien factions involved in the conspiracy against humanity, their territories sprawling like a web of oppression. "Here is where the core of the betrayal lies," Naxal pointed to a sector marked with a flashing red light. "The Centauri Coalition controls the majority of this area, and they are the ones who orchestrated the Great Purge. If we can disrupt their operations, we can ignite a rebellion among the other alien factions." Maya glanced at her crew, who wore expressions of determination and resolve. "We need to strike hard and fast. If we expose the truth about the ancients and our betrayal, we can turn the tide. But we have to be strategic. We can't afford to lose anyone else." Ryan stepped forward. "What about their command center? If we can get in there, we can broadcast the truth across the galaxy." Naxal nodded. "Yes, but it won't be easy. They have a formidable security force protecting the main facility, and they will expect us after the signal we sent out. We need to create a diversion to draw them away." "Then let's do it," Maya said, her voice steady. "We'll split into 2 teams. One will create the diversion while the other infiltrates the command center. Naxal, your people know the terrain. You lead the distraction team. We'll take the command center." With the plan in place, the 2 teams prepared for their mission. Tensions ran high, but there was an undercurrent of hope. As they gathered their gear, Maya felt the weight of their past losses, but she also felt the promise of a new beginning. The Odyssey launched into the cold expanse of space once more, heading towards the Centauri Coalition's main base. The alien command center loomed ahead, a sprawling fortress of metal and energy. "Stealth mode engaged," Ryan announced, bringing the ship close to the surface. They landed in a secluded area nearby, ready to initiate their plan. "Let's move," Maya urged, leading her team into the shadows. As they navigated through the dark corridors of the command center, the atmosphere was tense. Alarms echoed in the distance, a harbinger of the distraction team's success. Naxal's people had begun their assault, drawing the attention of guards away from their intended target. "Here's the main control room," Ryan whispered, pointing to a heavily secured door. Maya nodded, heart pounding as she approached the terminal. "We need to access their central network and broadcast the truth. Tara, can you get us in?" Tara knelt at the door's interface, her fingers flying over the keypad. "Almost there, just need a moment." As she worked, the door slid open, revealing rows of monitors displaying live feeds from across the galaxy. Maya quickly stepped inside, her heart racing as she recognized the footage. Humanity's history, twisted and manipulated by the Centauri. "Got it," Tara exclaimed, and a moment later, the screens blinked to life, showing the holographic images of the ancients and their betrayal. The room filled with the shocking truth. "This is what they've hidden from you." Maya shouted into the comms, knowing they were being watched. "This is the real history of humanity. We were cast aside, but we are rising again." Suddenly, alarms blared and armed guards swarmed into the room, weapons drawn. "Stop right there," one of them commanded. Maya's heart raced as her team prepared for a fight. "We won't let them take us down," she said firmly, raising her weapon. Just then, an explosion echoed through the facility. Naxal's distraction team had made their move. The ground shook as chaos erupted around them, giving Maya and her crew the distraction they needed. Move, Maya shouted, leading her team through the chaos. They fought their way toward the exit, their resolve unshakable. As they emerged into the open air, they saw Naxal's forces engaging the Centauri soldiers in a fierce battle. With renewed energy, Maya and her crew joined the fray. As blaster fire lit up the night, she felt a surge of adrenaline. They were fighting for their history, their future, and the galaxy itself. As they battled together, the tide began to turn. The revelations broadcasted across the galaxy galvanized those who had once turned a blind eye to the truth. Aliens from various factions joined the fight, united against the oppressive regime that had long controlled them. Finally, with a rallying cry, Maya and Naxal led the charge toward the command center, where the final stand against the Centauri awaited. They had faced betrayal, danger, and uncertainty, but now they stood as a beacon of hope. Together, they would reclaim their place in the galaxy and ensure that the betrayal of the ancients would never be forgotten.